So as we all know by now, Daggerheart is sold out online. It's a bestseller on Amazon, and I haven't been able to find one in any of my local game stores. Not because they don't stock it, no, they have new Daggerheart and Critical Role shelves, but as one store owner put it, it sold out fast, and we bought a lot of copies, like a lot. Meanwhile, D&D's latest edition, patch, updates, revision, did not seem to sell quite as well. And that's technically just a rumour. They are saying it's selling well, but the consumers aren't seeing much evidence of that. And I certainly don't remember it flying off shelves quite like this. Maybe Wizards of the Coast should consider a new slogan. D&D, we have it in stock. Well, let's zoom out. Hasbro, which owns Wizards of the Coast, which owns D&D, has made one thing very clear in recent years. They care about profit. That's not to say that the people at Wizards of the Coast don't make great stuff. I genuinely enjoyed the new core rulebooks, but this launch, Daggerheart is like on every table, shelf, and feed right now. It's definitely going to eat into D&D's profit margins, whether Wizards likes it or not. And look, maybe D&D as a brand shouldn't be scared. It can stick around in many ways and still do very well. But I think Hasbro probably is very much scared. It's like if someone released a new soda that looked and tasted very similar to Coke, and then started competing with Coke in its first week, neck and neck. Coca-Cola would be panicking, and I think Hasbro probably are too right now. If only Wizards had, say, an incredibly popular actual play show that isn't related to them really, that advertises D&D for free every single week to millions of people. Oh, they did. But now, maybe they don't anymore? Here's D&D's latest tweet on their page with 777,000 followers. 777. Oh, if only it was 666. It has 20 likes and 2 replies. And one of those replies is D&D replying to itself. Now compare that to Downton Press's Twitter. 48 likes in 25 minutes. Albeit, yes, 0 replies, but this Twitter is 10 times smaller than D&D's. Look, none of this would hold up in court. This is all circumstantial. I'm cherry-picking evidence here, but I am submitting this to the court of you, the viewer. Daggerheart is doing far better than anyone expected, and D&D probably not as well as it should be doing. Now, I know this video may sound like a clickbaity hit piece. It's not. It is clickbaity, but it's more of a love piece, because I want both games to succeed. I want Daggerheart to soar, and I want D&D to course correct and thrive. I think that would be an amazing world to live in, but D&D needs to change. Let's talk about their YouTube channel. 630,000 subscribers. Oh, I should remember to make that 666 joke again soon. And most videos don't even break 50k views. And yeah, don't compare it to my views. I'm a 10th of the size of them on this platform. Your mom's probably heard of D&D. She's not heard of me. And I will not make a your mom joke because I want you to like this video still. By comparison, Downton Press only has 10k subscribers and 7 videos, but that's to be expected. They are new. Go subscribe to them. Actually, subscribe to them and me and D&D. See, I want everyone to thrive. And let's look at Critical Role's Daggerheart content. Age of Umbra Episode 1, nearly 800,000 views already. The Session 0, over 600k. A trailer for a tutorial series, 73k views. That trailer beat most full uploads on D&D's official channel, and it's a trailer for a How to Play Daggerheart series. We are in a digital age. Marketing is everything, and D&D hasn't kept up. So here's some unsolicited advice that's hopefully helpful to them. Make more actual plays. The D&D official YouTube channel should have actual plays where people actually play D&D all the time, like every week. And also, experiment more. You need to push the boat out and find new kinds of content that can help you reach a wider audience. D&D is too reliant on other IPs and other things happening around them and big product launches that it can't drum up its own hype. You can use content to do just that. And most importantly, talk to your fans. After OGL Gate, it took Wizards of the Coast forever to say anything. And when they did, it was a snarky comment. More recently, the 3D VTT got shelved, kind of. It's still being worked on and it's going in a new direction, apparently, but no one knows what direction that is. And that's the problem. No one knows anything. I think this whole thing can be summed up by talking about the D&D Beyond a la carte situation. Last May, D&D Beyond removed the ability to buy individual spells, subclasses, or items, or anything really. And they did not say why. It could have been that no one was buying them, could have been a technology issue, it could have been a new monetization scheme. We don't really know, because they didn't make that information clear, or they didn't make it very clear. I'm not saying that information is not out there, I'm just saying it wasn't obvious. And the people will not lie down like this and have things taken away from them with no rhyme or reason. A la carte was good for consumers. They took that away. It sucks. Rise, Carlton. In May last year, D&D Beyond posted a cute comic. Carlton replied, "Your greed condemns you." Similar exchanges continued over the weeks and months. No one, Vecna, eye emoji, lips emoji. Carlton replied, "No one, D&D Beyond, let's remove a la carte purchases so you gotta pay £30 if you want a subclass. Do you know what goes well with pool noodles and popsicles? Curse of Strahd." Carlton, "You know what goes better? A la carte purchases." As of filming, Carlton posted yesterday on a post about a D&D Beyond update. Okay, but when are you bringing back a la carte purchases? It's been over a year and Carlton is still fighting the good fight. Carlton, if you're watching, I salute you. But seriously, this isn't even about the feature anymore. It's not about what D&D Beyond removed or the persistence of Carlton, though that is impressive. It's about the silence. At no point did D&D Beyond ever reply to Carlton. And there's way more tweets than the ones I showed you, by the way. Way more. Carlton has been ignored for over a year. And you know social media people at Wizards of the Coast are seeing this and asking each other, should we reply? And they're like, no, just stay quiet. Close the curtains, lock the door, turn the lights off. And this has made me never want to reply to a D&D post with any kind of legitimate question. It feels like they just don't care. Daggerheart doesn't have this problem. It talks to its community. It engages. And that matters. Whether they continue to do so in the future, we'll see. I'm not in the boat of like, oh, Daggerheart can do no wrong, but I like what they're doing right now. The fact that a small channel like me managed to get the designers of the game to do an interview is crazy. And D&D have pretty much ignored my existence for the past 2 years. Also, Daggerheart is just the beginning of a new wave of fantasy RPGs. We've got Draw Steel and the Cosmere RPG coming later this year. These are big fantasy TTRPGs that people are hyped about. They've already bought them. They are already huge successes that have been crowdfunded. Even though I said in my Daggerheart review that it's not a D&D replacement, the truth is I am going to be playing D&D less in the future because Daggerheart came out, because my time may be split between them. And if that ends up being the same with Draw Steel and Cosmere, then I'll be playing a hell of a lot less D&D than I once was. But all hope is not lost. D&D still has some cards up its sleeve. Stranger Things Season 5 drops in November. Apparently that is normally a big bump for interest in D&D. I'm not entirely sure I know why as well. I guess I do. They talk about D&D, there's some tropes in there, but like, it's crazy just how much hype that causes. And Baldur's Gate 3 is still huge. There's also a new D&D game coming out. Probably not for a few years, but it's going to be a big one. Though it will also play very differently to Baldur's Gate 3 apparently, making me feel like it will play very differently to traditional D&D, which might not be a good thing. And as for the new core rulebooks from D&D, I actually love them. But overall, the community response has been lukewarm, and we probably won't see a new edition for 5 to 10 years. D&D can't afford to sit back and just hope. The ball's in your court, Wizards of the Coast. You've got to make me and players like me want to play D&D. And look, at the end of the day, whether Daggerheart or D&D is better is totally subjective. I think both are great. You should play both and then enjoy what you enjoy. But these brand battles kind of do matter. Console wars, for example, might be silly, but they shape the landscape. In my 20s, all my friends had Xboxes. Now, everyone has PlayStation. And that's because of marketing. It changes everything. And I don't know what TTRPG sales will look like in 5 years, but I do know this. Daggerheart opened my eyes to a cheaper, better packaged, arguably better marketed product. And that should scare Hasbro a little. But a lot of this still hinges on one thing. Will Critical Role continue playing Daggerheart for future campaigns? Will they bring their whole universe into it? Because that really will solidify Daggerheart's success in my eyes. And it would be kind of weird to go back to being one of the biggest advertisements for D&D after this. Only time will tell. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching.